Welcome in, hello. And congratulations on that first. I hope you're having a good time at the ball game. Jaden Shadow in with a second. And Momo Tobes coming in with third. Jaden Shadow, thank you for claiming your rubber duck. All right, thank you, Shaden. Let me work on that. Welcome in, everyone coming in to check out the stream. We're getting ready to start having ads going here so we can get those out of the way before we get going. We do have a special announcement we'll be starting the day off with that hopefully is very exciting for everyone. Is that better on the sound balancing? Okay, fantastic. Yeah, the music for this franchise is really good. Capcom has a lot of great music. Trash Dog in the house. Welcome in, Trash Dog. How are you, friend? It's so good to have you here, Trash Dog. All right, and I started early so we can get the ads out of the way so that thank you for the hydrate, hello. So that way, before we get going, we have a really big and exciting announcement for everyone. So we can do that without it worrying about it getting interrupted by those pesky advertisements. Fly Guy, we'll see you again in 15 minutes, friend. Well, thank you for letting me know. Hello. Ish, welcome on in, and thank you for claiming your daily duck. Somebody needs to make sure ducks that the ducky doesn't dehydrate. Ducks do need a lot of water. Welcome on in, Ish. How's your day going? I feel like this game's music is going to be really good when we get to the announcement before we get started playing some Phoenix Wright this morning. Hope you all are having an absolutely wonderful day. All right, thanks for rooting for the team called the Ducks. We gotta stick together. Welcome in, everyone. It's so good to have you here for a little bit of the pre-stream. This is my first stream on the new computer, so that's super exciting. Oh, Ish, I'm super excited you don't have work today. Congratulations on that. All right, hello. Have a good ball game. I hope you enjoy it. Trash Dog, what's going on today? Anything exciting for you? Ooh, all right, but Trash Dog, you know how it works around here. If you tell us about food, you got to tell us more about the food. Okay, so what did you end up having and how was it? That's really important for all of us. It replaced your Denny's. Hey, an important, a drip coffee in the morning that's good is an important way to start your day. I also feel like a lot of places really struggle with the drip coffee bit of breakfast, so that's really good news. See, top tier is a great thing to be able to start your day with. The BLT Eggs Benny. Okay, how did she like it? Ooh, I love a good ciabatta. What's up, Jake and Grey Duck sliding in at right about the same time. Grey Duck, take a look by your name. There's something new there, friend. All right, we've got ads going for the next 3 minutes. That gets rid of pre-roll for the next hour. If you're a subscriber, you don't need to worry about those pesky advertisements. And as soon as those ads are over, we're going to have our huge announcement and a big ol' reveal for everyone. Grey Duck, did you notice something new about your name? We got a Grey Duck, we got a Jake. Things are shaping up to be rather quite exciting around here this morning. Oh, what are you having for lunch, Grey Duck? Well, you don't need to do that while you're fixing it, but you know the rule around here. You got to share what you're eating for lunch. We were just talking about Trash Dog's breakfast. Quack boo. Shaden, that's unfair to start putting out there. All right, only a minute and a half left of advertisements, and then we can do our big reveal. They make their own toast bread. Yeah, Grey Duck, I don't know if... I'm glad you noticed. What do you think? Congratulations, welcome, hello? I don't know. I figure you're around for most of the streams. You do so much work in the Discord, and it's the least we can do for you. Hey, there is nothing wrong with a PB&J and chips. That's great. That is one of my son's favorite meals of all time. All right, just a few more seconds left on those advertisements, and we are going to switch over to a talking screen real quick so we can do something probably pretty exciting, I'm hoping. All right, the ad break is finished. Welcome back from Adland. Anybody who was out in Adland, we are going to go ahead and switch over really quickly here to just a picture of me talking. How's it going, everyone? So, as a lot of you know, I'm going to wait just 1 second for Jake to move to the computer because this is something big with Jake too. All right, so I'm going to do a little preamble while we wait for Jake to get to the chair. So, a lot of you know that Fly Guy, Jake, Shaden, and myself are all a streaming team. And for those who don't know, we have all finally come up with a team name after a tremendous amount and hundreds of silly suggestions. We have decided to call ourselves the Atomic Bundle. Hey, Momotopes. Sound off? Gotcha. Momotopes with a 15 stream streak. That is so impressive. Thank you so much for the stream streak, Momotopes. So we have decided to call ourselves Atomic Bundle. Our very own Chronicle Jake came up with the name, and we've really, really enjoyed that. But what not everyone may know is that Shaden Shadow herself has created a logo for us. And we are going to reveal that live on stream right now. Because we're a little bundle of potential chaos. Absolutely. So, without further ado, I am going to go ahead and reveal our brand new Atomic Bundle logo. Is everyone ready for this? It should be up on screen for everyone right now. Designed by our very own Shade and Shadow, featuring all of the channels. We'll be using this quite a bit. And actually, if you look at my About page now, the logo's already there and featured. I'm really glad everyone enjoys it. Shaden put a lot of effort into this, and we felt like it really captured a lot of our partner channels in what we're doing around here. We've got our logos, we've got the beans, we've got game controllers, and we have tea, because of course we need lots of tea and coffee around here. Yeah, the beans. The beans are a very important part of all of this for us. So I'm hoping that this is just an exciting first step. We have another huge project we're working on as a team that we think is going to positively impact our... You just noticed the beans? Yeah, those are a special bit of Fly Guy in the logo there. So we are working on another absolutely massive project as a group that we think is going to be phenomenal for the community. And all I can let you know right now, I don't think we're ready to fully reveal the whole thing yet. It is going to involve something that lets you all interact with us on a more regular basis. We should probably have an official announcement about this over the next few days. But let's just say it is a very, very special perk for any Tier 2 subscribers to any of our channels. So if you end up with a Tier 2 subscription, it is now going to do something very, very special. All right, so without further ado, we are going to go ahead and do our first stream for Capcom Saturdays. Let me move out of the bunker here and into the game. And we are going to be starting with a game from my childhood that I particularly enjoyed. Phoenix Wright, part of the Ace Attorney series. For anyone not familiar, these are hilarious games. There's going to be a mystery. We've got to solve the mystery. We'll do some detective work, and then we go to the courtroom and try to figure out who done it. And all with a bit of flair that Capcom is really good with. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to start a new game. And we're going to start with the original Ace Attorney. He wishes he was Nancy Drew. Yeah-ish objection! The iconic line from the series. So we're going to be starting with Episode 1, The First Turnabout. Gasp. Gasp. Oh, a word we don't use. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Incoming narrator Ducky. Yeah, I didn't remember if this was voice acted or not, so I will be voice acting the game for everyone. Boy, am I nervous. Right? Oh, hiya, Chief. Woo, I'm glad you made it on time. I don't have a voice for her figured out quite yet. I'm working on it. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yeah. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life. Everything. It's all over. Good job, Saribot. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Ah! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Get me to the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Valley Bear, welcome in and thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a good time. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Thank you so much for the hydrate, Valley Bear. I'm gonna need that a lot if I'm gonna be voice acting this game today. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yeah, yes, Your Honor. My name is Ducky Wright, Duck at Law. Yeah, yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge for your client's sake. I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Took 1 hour and 15 minutes to get your first stop, but hello, everyone. Oh, Fly Guy, I'm so glad you made it safely, friend.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances?
Oh, it's so good to have you, though, Fly Guy. We love having you around.
I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
Well, that would be one Mr. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. What's the victim's name?
Whew. I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. Hey, Heaven Guard. Welcome in, friend. It's so good to have you. No. No way! I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Partially Crazy Cat Lady, welcome in, and congratulations on claiming your rubber duck. Oh, have a good lurk, Partially Crazy Cat Lady. Just press tab to check it anytime, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. The victim's name is Atomic Duck. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is a problem. All right, so it wants us to go ahead. We need to press tab. We can look at Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death 7:31 between 4 and 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. So we know her name would have been Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death?
She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Ooh, that sounds really nice, Fly Guy.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed.
You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright.
Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed. That's for sure. Me too-ish. I love the rain.
Well then.
She died because she was... Ah, no. No.
First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor?
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object.
Holly Bear, you vibe with this kind of weather. Oh yeah, because you're in the same weather pattern as Fly Guy, aren't you? Yeah, huge fan of that kind of weather. She was also not subbed to AtomicDuckie Twitch channel or Discord. Heaven, I'm hoping that's never been the cause of death for someone. Oh no. You got me with that one, Heaven.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. Is Firebot not doing its job? Oh, Heaven, you don't need to be quiet. I love a good chatty group. It was found laying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Statue has been added to the court record. Let me check Firebot really quickly. Firebot, are you okay? Let's see here. Firebot, you feeling okay today? Yeah, Ish, that makes a lot more sense to me personally. All right, I don't know what's up with Firebot today. We'll have to work on that in just a little bit. Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. Let's take a look at it real quick. It is rather quite heavy. Okay, fantastic. A dupe, welcome in. It's so good to have you. Congratulations on getting your rubber duck. Yeah, the bunker is safe. The bunker is the safest of places for everyone. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Does anyone think it's kind of wild this lady is telling us to check tab while she's talking to us? I don't think that's something I normally tell people.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. In this world, checking tab is completely normal. Could you imagine sitting in a courtroom? Check tab. Tab. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony! Didn't they all die? Magical keyboard appears in front of your face. Yeah. I wasn't dumped. She was just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30 the day before the murder.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but she did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? We should probably stop him from answering. This guy is unhinged. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? that, cheating she-dog! I'm gonna die! I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motives is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy. This is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Huh? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh. He went. What do I do? Dupe, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome in, new chatters. Evan, I hope you have a great time grocery shopping, and we can't wait to see you again, friend. I hope you have a lot of tasty snacks that you get to pick up as well. All right, I think, what do we want, friends? I can see merits to both parts of this choice. Do we want him to answer? Do we want him to answer honestly, or do we want him to stop? I'm thinking we want him to answer honestly. It might make the case harder, but it's going to look a lot worse if he tries to cover up evidence. Ooh, a sale on tomahawk steaks. That sounds really good. That sounds really good. All right. So here's the problem. This is kind of an important part of the case. They do know he was there at some point. That's true. Let's go ahead and have him answer honestly. I know. I'll send him a signal. Did you commit genocide at an apartment complex? Ha, maybe I did. Wow. The most... Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a genocide, fortunately. Those are awful. I mean, murder's not great. I mean, yeah. Tell the truth. Haven't we all said that at some point in our lives? I'm hoping not. Yeah. I was there. I went.
Order. Well, Mr. Butts.
Dude, chill. That's something you should say to a judge. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
You said the quiet part out loud. Grey Duck, I have concerns. The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body, Kiki Bird. Welcome in, friend. It is so lovely to have you. Welcome in, Kiki. It's a delight getting to see you around. Just before making the gruesome discovery, I hope you're having a good day. Kiki Bird found the body? Oh my. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Mr. Sawit? You sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness account.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran away was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Well, this is not good for our case, is it? Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. Fly Guy, thank you for claiming your daily rubber ducky. And thank you for the hydrate. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court record. Let's take a look at this thing really quickly here. All right, so we have the electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon until 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Okay.
Now, Mr. Wright?
Yes? Yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave? Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? Yes, this man is a lawyer. You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. Oh, Grey Duck says he's guilty. All right. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence... This is so much fun. Thank you so much, Kiki. Present it and rub it in the witness's face. Does she mean literally? Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Yeah, I'm getting to do a little bit of voice acting. This is living a bit of a dream for me. All right, let's take a look at... All right, so we know that the blackout record says that there was no electricity from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Cross-examination, witness's account. I was going door-to-door selling... Okay, hang on, this is narrated here. I was going door-to-door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I actually think I already may see a bit of a hole in his testimony. Let's see here. Let's press him on this. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? odd you would take notice of him.
I don't know. He just seemed strange to me, that's all.
Like, he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course, what the witness means is that he saw a man looking suspicious. So, what happened next? I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Alright, I don't think that part's very suspicious. Actually, you know what? I think... So here's one thing I'm kind of curious about, though. If the power was off in the apartment during this, how did he see everything so clearly? Objection! This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
How exactly are that evidence and the testimony just now related?
They aren't, are they? Okay, apparently that has nothing to do with it.
Not at all.
Oh no!
Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations.
Oh no, we've taken damage. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. I was wondering how he saw the person so clearly if there was a blackout in the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Alright, let's make sure that that doesn't contradict anything directly. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her laying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone... here we go. That's the problem. The phone in her apartment wasn't working. Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't, right? But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh, I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call, and that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Let's see here. So we know the power was out. It is kind of suspicious he remembers that it was exactly 1 p.m. at the time. 1 p.m.? Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. All right, let's present the blackout record. Objection! Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
It does? I don't see anything contradictory.
Oh. What is she telling me to present then? Oh, let's see here. Oh, yeah, that would be a huge problem, wouldn't it? Objection! No, that girl is our boss. I mean, we're hoping she's not a bad guy. That is our boss. You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, This is trivial! The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saw It. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See one though, and their whole see through one, and their whole story falls apart.
Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again?
Whoa! He gets to re-give his whole testimony?
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time.
There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Well, there's already a lie there.
Oh, but
it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Okay, we can't give that yet. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. All right, so we know that's already a pretty obvious lie.
I see. You heard the voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do.
I've got this one. Oh, yeah, I feel like this one is actually, like, even easier.
Let's see here. Time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. And at this point, we can present the blackout record.
Objection!
Hold it right there. The prosecution has said that there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Gah!
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Saw It?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite.
He is wiggling faster.
Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Saw It, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant contradictions are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Saw It. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. All right, listen. The fact that this guy is allowed to keep having this level of do-over is absolutely wild to me. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Great emote for that, Kiki.
You saw a clock. That would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. So actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yes, the murder weapon. There we go. Because the murder weapon was a statue of the thinker. Let's see here.
Objection!
Conjecture! Murder weapon? Well, she was murdered with the statue of the thinker. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue, which I'm pulling out of my pocket, I guess. How is this supposed to be a clock? What? You, with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. You play Nancy Drew, you can spot the lies. Shaden. Shaden was ready. That's her jam, absolutely. Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud.
What?
And it doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all.
Judge, what are you doing? Why do I feel like he's actively against us in this case?
Jaden, the duck bunker detective. We also have the gray duck detective. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now?
I mean, so here's the problem. I'm trying to figure out the way the game is trying to determine if we have... I have an issue in the fact that you wouldn't just visually know that was a clock. But I'm worried if I say yes, the game's going to be like, you idiot, why would you think that? So I'm still gonna... I'm worried about taking damage in this case. You stick to the paranormal, Shaden. You handle real life. Oh, yes, the real life of the Phoenix Wright universe. I'm going to say yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. See, that's what I was getting with. Real life is scary, Shaden. Yet, the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he... The detective duo. So I'm going to say it's because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. Oh, and Kiki, I don't think you were here at the very beginning. We actually do know that this is the guy who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. Together we are the Grey Duck Shadows. That was the sound you heard. More passion, more passion, more passion, more passion, more energy, passion, more passion.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw It? The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burnt into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. I've been too paid. Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you. It was him. He killed her, and he should burn. What's the meaning of this? Why is he asking such mean questions? I don't like what he's doing. I've also been to paid. I think that's assault. I mean, it's legally battery.
Order! Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment if you please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright?
Your Honor?
Bold. You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock.
Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor? The sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely the clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... Let's see here. Examine the clock's batteries. Ask the neighbors. Or try sounding the clock. So I don't... Sounding the clock. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning, Kiki. Because I don't think the batteries have anything to do with this at this point. I'm agreeing with you. I was trying to think, because we can't rely on the neighbors having heard anything. Especially if they didn't notice her being actively murdered with a blunt object. So I do think we try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock, now, here in this court. Your Honor? May I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25?
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me the time it is now? It's 11:25.
Oh.
Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. And that, folks, is what we call the condemning evidence. Exactly, Kiki. It's 3 hours off. He was convinced she was murdered at 1. She was murdered around 4. I think we've got this. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Word I won't say. I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit.
Yeah, Kiki, I don't know what to do when the judge is, like, actively trying to come against us. I came all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You have the sound on this, and you think it makes it more dramatic? You lawyers are all slime. Ugh, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Oh. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. Chief! Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Are we missing Duckie's voice performance? I don't recommend this. I do know that Partially Crazy Cat Lady is lurking, and I think Momotobes also has sound down. The good news is I do keep these VODs up on the channel for anyone who wants to see this insanity. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes, but that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. We do have an ad break coming up in 5 minutes. Anybody who's new around here, we do 3 minutes of ads every hour to get rid of that pesky pre-roll for people. If you're a subscriber, you don't need to worry about those advertisements. If not, I hope you get advertisements you like. We'll see how far we can get in the next 5 minutes. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Oh, I've got this. We've got this. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Wait, maybe I can prove it. Wouldn't his previous testimony indicate he heard or... Wait, that he saw or heard said clock on the day? You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let him have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. This judge is terrible. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Oh, wrong voice.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
You're jealous of Phoenix's hair? He does have genuinely incredible hair. Let's see here. I didn't read the attorney's badge earlier. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Oh no, Phoenix. All right, let's see here. Would it be the statue itself? Is that kind of what we're thinking? I think that he could have knocked the batteries out. But also my thought is she's been out of country. Let's go with that. The music in this game is so good. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. I mean, I wouldn't have known that because I don't know what time zone we're in, Phoenix. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It, or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh. Yeah, if all Hell Trials had music like this. Oh. I'm worried we've ended this man. Mic drop.
Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but... the court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty.
Woo!
Woo! Confetti, celebrate, party. Let's get some celebration going in chat. And with that, this court is adjourned. Just in time for ad break. All right, we've got an ad break coming up in the next 12 seconds. We are going to go ahead. Let me switch over to words on stream really quickly here while we have ad break going. If you're a subscriber, you'll get to hang out with me, do some words on stream. Otherwise, I hope you have a good time in ad land. I hope you get advertisements you enjoy. We also have we have a bunch of really good people at Words on Stream going right now. If Words on Stream will see real quick. Been a little slow. If I get it running this way. There we go. All right. Ads should be starting any second now. I will see you all so soon if you got sent away to Adland. Otherwise, enjoy some Words on Stream with us. Man, Kiki and Jake, that was so fast. All right, the ad break is going. I'll be back in 3 minutes. I hope you all are enjoying Phoenix, right? Man, Kiki Bird is getting through this. All right, we are halfway through the ad break. You all are tearing this one up. All right. Do one more round. I think you all can get through this round right about in time for ads to be over. Ooh, Grey Duck, you beat me by like half a second on that. All right, ads will be ending in 20 seconds. We'll finish up this round. I don't know. Kiki probably would have finished this halfway, help us finish at this point. All right. Oh, and all of a sudden, Grey Duck sliding in with Belure. All right, the ad break is wrapping up now. Welcome back from Adland if you got sent away for ads. Whoa, Bolero. I hope you got advertisements you like. We are currently wrapping up this round of words on stream. And here comes Kiki Bird with a steel chair. Right after this round, we will go ahead and continue with Phoenix Wright. I hope you all are enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
I haven't played these games in like, golly, probably close to 20 years at this point. All right, another really solid round. Good job, chat. All right, let's get this switched back over to Phoenix Wright. It turns out that Frank saw it was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sot let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sot grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew, I still can't believe we won. Right? Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. Welcome back, Heaven Guard. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. Ooh, you got 2 2-inch ribeye steaks. So we're all going to Heaven Guards for lunch? That's kind of what I'm starting to hear. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... No, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks, I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, we'll have a barbecue. Atomic is the DJ? Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't that face make you want to cry? Larry? Are you so sure? Excuse me? I thought she made quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? I mean, wouldn't it be the fact that she actually kept the statue? Because she wouldn't have kept it if she actually cared about him. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some jump to her.
Huh? What about that clock?
This is the clock that you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer.
Really, I am? Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better.
Right?
I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Good life lesson there. Well, I think our work is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, and speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Whoa! And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise I wouldn't be able to keep. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so that was the end of episode 1. We're going to keep going. We don't have to stop at the end of episode 1. What are you all thinking? Are you all enjoying Phoenix Wright? A brand new episode has been added. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Kiki. Yeah, let's go ahead and save. Phoenix Wright, it's such a weird and different kind of franchise, but this is part of why I like Capcom, is that I really do feel like there's kind of something they make for probably about everyone out there. Aw, Ish, I'm so glad. I'm glad you're enjoying it too, Grey Duck. There's a ton of these games too. Hello? This is Maya. Hey, Maya, it's me. Mia! What's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Currently seasoning a steak, but it's a good series. You like it? Oh, I'm so glad, Heaven. Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz around the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. Thought you might like it. You all always liked toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office though, say 9 o'clock to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good like Heaven's steak. Like burgers. I mean, burgers are great too. I could really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. All right, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep. I'll be waiting, Maya.
Conversation recorded September 5th, 9:27 a.m. September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Fay and Co. law offices. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine, the papers.
I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have.
Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers.
How could you know?
Ho ho ho. You are not... What? Cogniferous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see.
I should have been more careful.
Oh, my dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay.
Man, this clock is just getting everyone.
Red, white, blue. September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Fay & Co. law offices.
Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. I smell blood, and that can't be good. I have to check on Mia, see if the chief's okay.
Yeah, me too, Grey Duck.
Okay, it doesn't want us to do that. Let's see. Let's move. Thank you for the hydrate, Grey Duck. Let's move to the office. That smell. Blood.
Sob.
Geeky Bird, thank you for claiming your daily duck. Sis. Someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief! Who are you? The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally, she was cold. Chief. It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic that this became the murder weapon. Again. Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. Chief, it's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker laying next to her must have been the murder weapon. The thinker added to the court record. There's some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand laying broken in the back of the room. Glass shards added to the court record. Nothing else seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. Receipt added to the court record. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police. Find out what that girl was doing here. The Fay & Co. ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra-neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. So she died instantly or had time to write on the receipt. So that's a great question, Kiki. Mind you, I don't think Phoenix is a coroner. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police! Please come quick. What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel, a nice, luxurious place. Let's see here. No clues. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. About all she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. Anything in the trash can? No clues here. Nope. Okay. The chief's chair. Simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case records and recent rulings. Alright, let's see here. Let's go ahead and move back to the law office. That girl just now, where did she go? I put her right there on the sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me. Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Fay. Maya Fay? Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt? I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name. Well, why? Why would she write my name? LT, welcome in, friend. It's so good to have you. Please, just calm down. Oh, why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. The police! Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! All right, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. It must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch. Okay? Just great. Maya. Wait, she wouldn't have... Nah. Whoa! Excuse me.
This word, Maya here, mean anything to you?
That's my name.
What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Brilliant detective, this one.
Killer?
I'm not case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am.
What? Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. Yeah, Gumshoe was not paid by the hour. Yeah, you know, I'm really curious because, like, the judge is obviously pretty biased in a lot of these cases. This detective just arrested, like, one of the first people he saw on the scene. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. You're allowed to present new evidence mid-case, accuse people mid-case. It's crazy. September 6th, 9:07 a.m., detention center, visitor's room. Wow. They have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh. It's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I think we leave it up to her, right? Or do we want to, like, more readily say that? I mean, we're obviously going to want to defend her. We don't think she did it. Of course we will. Let's be enthusiastic about this. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up. Really? Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it? No, no one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office. You looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. So it sounds like it was fun. Well, I don't know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Oh, no! That's what she said. That's great for my self-confidence. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia, avoiding those mud rocks, like those mud roads like the plague. Oh, I bet, Fly Guy, those mud roads have to be awful. When I think of the person who did this to Mia, I know. Self-confidence +1. Self-confidence -10, I think, at this point, Evan. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at things. There's a guard. Everything's being recorded. That's probably important. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He hasn't moved an inch. Real pro, this guy. Well, finally we have a pro somewhere. All right, let's see here. Anything else important? Nope. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Maya really quickly. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you can say.
Acolytes? Like people in religious training?
What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training.
Spirit medium?
I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial.
Evidence?
Yes, that clock shaped like the Thinker?
Larry made.
How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone.
You recorded it?
Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things.
So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone? Let's hear it. Yeah, Grey Duck, that's a little suspicious, isn't it?
Right. Oh. I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. Sorry.
Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it.
I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay?
Sure, thanks. Maya's memo added to the court record. Let's ask about the spirit medium thing.
So you're an acolyte? Or medium in training? That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world.
Wait a second. You said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too?
Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class, too.
I have no idea.
Wait. What?
So, you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that?
Yes, in training.
Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then?
I don't think that's going to be admissible in court.
We could just ask her who killed her.
I'm sorry. I'm still in training. Couldn't do something on that level.
I thought that would be too easy. Oh, Kiki, you were thinking the same thing. Now, to be fair, we have to be fair about this. That judge might accept this in a court of law. We've already kind of proven he doesn't really care much about any sort of standard legal proceeding. I thought that might be too easy.
Huh? Something the matter?
That judge was super iffy.
I was wondering, can I ask you for a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. Oh no, the chief wasn't talking about us as the person she should talk to. Okay. Oh, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me?
Well, of course we're going to accept it. Sure, why not?
I'll go ask.
And there goes the rest of our self-confidence.
Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to.
Say, what about your parents? See. Don't worry, leave it to me.
Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10.
What? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
What if this guy refuses?
They told me that if I didn't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me.
Well, when will that happen?
They're giving me until 4 this afternoon.
The visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right, I'll be back.
Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the thinker clock that Larry made. Their judicial system is insanely fast, Kiki. It's wild. It practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. Yeah, I think that clock is the real sus one in all this. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. But then I found her. My sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. All right, I don't think we want to present her with anything else. All right, let's go. Let's go check out this other law office where we're supposed to get help. September 6th, Grossberg Law Offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. All right, let's see if we can snoop around a little bit, huh? Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. Oh, that's a great sign. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. This game is full of so many puns, it's great. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case. And if I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. Just in case there's something important. All right. So let's go ahead. We'll head back to our law office. September 6th, Bay & Co. Law offices. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues.
Hey, you there. This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry, I didn't know. Don't I know you from somewhere? Brilliant mind, this detective. Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you?
No, Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry?
Guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right?
He was proven innocent. Right, and you were... Detective Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe?
Right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal.
Jake, thank you for claiming your rubber ducky.
Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. Oh, you're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you'd better do it quick.
Whew. He thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. All right, let's see here. Let's talk to this guy a bit. About Miss Faye. Did you do an autopsy?
You want to know the results, eh? Now, don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. All right. You can see the report, but that's all.
They've already done an autopsy? That's crazy. Okay, so she died on September 5th at 9 p.m. Single force blunt trauma. Death was instantaneous. Hang on now. If death was Kiki, I think you've already pointed out a pretty serious inconsistency. If death was instantaneous, she could not have written that name, which means the killer wrote that name, which could be a DNA sample. All right, let's talk about Maya. About Maya.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win.
Kiki, was that... Kiki, are you the killer?
That mwahahaha
Is very suspicious. Well, why do you say that?
The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution.
Edgeworth.
I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all.
Prosecutor Edgeworth?
That's right, pal, Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you?
So here's the thing. The game hasn't introduced who Miles Edgeworth is yet.
Never heard of him. Whoa, and you call yourself a lawyer, pal? About 4 years ago, this Edgeworth guy became a prosecutor at the age of 20. Everyone says he's a genius. Surprised you don't know him.
Well, we are not a genius. Of course I know him. I'm just playing dumb. Ah, thank you. He's a cold, heartless machine who will do anything to get a guilty verdict. There are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. Never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. All right, let's go ahead. We should probably show this guy the cell phone record to try to get access to it. I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone?
Oh, that? I have that.
Do you think you could give it back?
Sure, I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer.
Uh-oh, he's on to me.
Just in his pocket, hanging out.
As all evidence is, Kiki. Isn't that what you do with evidence? You just keep it hanging out in your pocket? I mean, we did pull a murder weapon out of our pocket earlier. That was evidence. That's how this works. Aiden has brought me some... All right. Do we want to... Here's the thing. I don't want to start lying to this guy, but I do feel like he'd be pretty easy.
That's why their judicial system is so fast. There are no rules.
I feel like this is borderline turning into a Judge Dredd type world.
I am the law
kind of thing. So what do we think, chat? Do we want to tell this guy as it is? Or do we want to try to trick this guy? I don't feel like it would be hard to trick him. Any thoughts? The problem is this guy, great, be honest, lie. All right, so that's two, and I was leaning towards be honest. That's two honest, one lie. Okay, auto mod, that's... Well, now we're tied. All right, listen. Let's go ahead. Let's be honest, because we like honesty around here. Tell him why I want it. There's no way he'll give it to me. Okay.
Something the matter?
Oh, no, it's just, you know, detective.
No, I know nothing, pal.
That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. A cell phone holds all a little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets.
You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory.
Impressive. You're quite the detective.
Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there after all. Seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation. Maya's cell phone received from Detective Gumshoe. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. I guess I've asked all the questions I need to. You all done, pal? Yeah, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait! One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you'd better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal.
Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her.
The
Witness?
Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her.
Well, you just told me her name, Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already then?
You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not going to go outside her room until the trial.
Miss April May is an adorable name. This Mr. Saw It. This game has all kinds of great names. So, she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information.
You got that right, pal.
Time to pay a visit to Miss May. All right, let's go ahead and check this evidence. Okay, this is the same conversation we've already seen. All right, let's go ahead and let's move to the Gatewater Hotel. I also think it's hilarious calling this the Gatewater Hotel. September 6th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303. Okay, I think we're going to go a bit bubbly for the... Yeah, exactly, LT. I was cracking up at that one. I think this one we go with a bit more bubbly of a voice.
Well, hello there, handsome.
Hi? Smooth, right? Real smooth. Chronicle Jake. I am not a crook.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say...
Oh, okay, hang on.
Don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Tee-hee.
Note to self, thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Gee, this is all like something out of a movie.
AtomicDuckie bubbly.
It's all so exciting, I can hardly contain myself.
I think that's it.
Oh, so let me freshen up so I can get a pot of the beautiful eyewitness.
That is one bubbly ducky. Ducky Cola. I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Alright, hang on. That's super suspicious. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. Wonder what's inside. Let's take a look.
Hey! What are you doing? No touching. Oh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you?
Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. Late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fay & Co. Law Office building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. But I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though. Ah, a still scene painting. Wait, should that be still life? Whatever. One of those is hanging on the wall. The flowers are fake, as expected. I know sunflowers and tulips, but that's about the extent of my floral knowledge. A bottle and 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. All right, let's talk to her about what she saw. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Oh, observe incident? You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary.
Oh, better not encourage her. You know, that thing that happened the other day, the bad thing. What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please?
Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh, boy. Could you... Just exactly who are you?
Oh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
No. Hey, I'm just doing my job here.
You know, you're cute when you blush.
Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is you do? What is wrong with her hands? I don't know, LT. I don't know.
Well, no, T. And you've had your little hopes up, didn't you?
Oh, boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you?
Oh, what an amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television.
Oh, no, not me. I'm just a lawyer. She is a tease, absolutely.
Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage, huh? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers.
Oh, boy. All right, I think that is all we're going to get out of her. Let's head back to Grossberg and see if anyone's back. Let's see here. Just wait here for him to come back. If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I have ever heard.
So you're the one that's been looking for me?
Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined.
That's blood on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now?
Yes? Well, yes?
And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed.
Not busy? And how come no one could get in touch with you?
Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it.
Well, sir. Actually, it's about Maya Fey.
Ah, yes. Maya Fey, go on.
Why the strange reaction?
Cha-cha! I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible.
Well, wait a second. Objection! How did you know the trial was tomorrow?
Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion.
What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? Let's talk about the painting. Try to butter him up a little bit. That's, quite a painting.
You noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you.
I wasn't interested.
It's not for sale. I'm not
Lying. Jeez. How can you just refuse like that? Please tell me why you won't take the case.
Well, you see, it's just I'm busy, you see.
But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands.
Yes, of course. I know that.
Needs more slapping? This man needs at least 70% more slapping.
However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye.
Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look some elsewhere.
Think not.
Huh? Did you say something?
I think not, I said.
What do you mean?
I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy.
Why?
I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I've nothing more to discuss with you.
What's going on here? How did you know Mia Fey?
She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see.
A mission?
You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one.
All right, so that's all we're getting out of this creep. We have 4 minutes till ad break. We're going to get as far as we can on that, and then we'll do some words on stream at that point. If you are a subscriber, you don't have to worry about ads. Otherwise, I will hope that you get the best ads that you possibly can. We do 3 minutes of ads every hour to get rid of the pre-roll so that anyone popping into the stream doesn't have to worry about advertisements. Let's see. Is there anything we can present this guy that we think is going to matter? I don't think anything here is going to help us. Yeah, Kiki needs some pre-words on stream coffee. Admittedly, I did enjoy some Madrinas before stream. Trying to... Madrinas. Cold. Refreshing. Energizing. Madrinas. Try to get that out there. Let's see. We probably need to... I don't think there's anything new for us to examine in here. It all looks the same. Let's go to the detention center. September 6th, 3:42 p.m. Detention center, visitor's room. Heya.
Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer?
Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. Okay, that's too much of a lie, Phoenix.
What really happened? You don't mean you refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then.
Listen. What about your family?
I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young. And I don't know where my mother is.
Don't know. She could still be alive.
The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life.
Ruined?
After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain.
So, you live by yourself?
Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my powers.
I feel bad for her. All by herself on that mountain? So, who is this man that, ruined your mother?
About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate.
Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they?
The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim.
Ah, yes. That's what the police would probably do. Wow. So what happened?
The case was solved, we thought.
You thought?
The man my mother helped, the police capture, was innocent. The police's consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time.
My mother became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. All right, and we're going to have to stop there for words on stream, so for break, because I don't want anyone to miss this fantastic story. I'm really actually kind of enjoying the story, too. So let's get this switched over to ad break. Now kiss. It's hard behind glass, Kiki. All right, we're going to get some words on stream going for everyone that's going to be hanging out with us. I am going to take a quick break. I'll be back right by the end of ads. Let's get that going. It is kind of fun to challenge anyone to try to top Kiki and or Grey Duck on this because they are two dynamite words on stream people. Let's get this going again. Come on, words on stream. You can do it. We believe in you. Let's see. Words on stream, please. All right, ads should be starting any second now. If you're getting sent away to Adland, I hope you have some of the best ads ever. There we go. We'll continue words on stream, and I will be back in just a few minutes. All right, ads should be over in just a few seconds. Welcome back from Adland, everybody. Anyone who got sent away to Adland, I hope you had fantastic advertisements. We are going... Trash Dog, welcome back. I'm hoping you had good advertisements. We're going to finish up this round of words on stream really quickly. Oh, H is all used up. No more H. We'll be continuing as soon as this round of Words on Stream is finished. I am having an absolute blast streaming this game. I haven't played this franchise in so long. Oh, H was the fake letter? That's just rude. I'm glad you had a good time out in Adline, Trash Dog. Airy. All right, we're just about to roll over. Yeah, I'm planning on continuing Phoenix Wright for the next few Saturdays. And then after we finish a game, or probably at least the first game, we'll switch over to a different Capcom-related game for a little while. Fantastic job, everyone. Let's see here. How did that go? Gray Duck Paranormal with 70 points. Chronicle Jake with 59. Kiki 45. Wow, you all are absolutely blowing this out of the water. Fantastic work. All right, let's get going with Phoenix Wright again. For anyone who isn't usually one of my regular viewers, by the way, my name is AtomicDuckie. I am a variety streamer. Sunday nights I do Subnautica. Mondays is just kind of a wide variety of things. Saturdays we're going to be doing Capcom-related things. We do have a Discord that's really active. We are a family-friendly channel. We all like to hang out. I am also part of the streaming team named Atomic Bundle, which consists of Shaden, Shadow, Chronicle Jake, and Fly Guy. Shaden, are you able to give a shout-out to start those shout-outs for me? Let's start with Jake if you can. You might have to do it the old-fashioned way, because Firebot is taking a nap, apparently. All right, I got a shout out for Jake. We'll have a little bit of a cooldown, and Shaden, if you can help with that, I'd appreciate it. So let's get back to this game. Let's see here. I see. White. Excuse me? White? That was his name. My sister told me. White? Yeah, Shaden. That's all right. I got the shout out for Jake. I love my streaming partners so much. They're definitely worth checking out. We all like to hang out there. You'll see a lot of similar people in chat between the two. We have a really close-knit community, and we have a really fun Discord. So if that's stuff you want, we are happy to have more people around. It's a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? No, we're not going to just leave her and go home. Game over. Let's see here. I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. That's not how this works, Phoenix. Why? Why? Well... no one is as sad as a person without any friends. I know. Been there. A long time ago. Did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. So kind of you. Jaden, darling, could I also request a cup of tea, please? Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right. Thank you. Whew. She smiled at least. At last. He looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes! And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So, what next? There's something that's been bugging me. What was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look in the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. All right, I don't think we have anything new to present. I don't think there's anything new to examine. We're going to go ahead. Let's move back to our office. Looks like Detective Gumshoe has gone home. The police are still keeping themselves busy in the chief's office. No one has time to talk to me. Guess I'll head out. Is there anything for us to really look at? Mia's favorite potted plant. Guess I'll have to water it now. The sky is blue, and so am I. There's that hotel right across the way. An old movie poster. Apparently, this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. Mia's desk. Perfectly clean, as always. The only thing it's missing is Mia. There's a horrendous amount of legal books here. Scarier still is that Mia probably read all of those. All right, let's see. All right, I don't think there's anywhere else we need to move right now. So where are we supposed to go next? Wonder if we can sneak into the hotel. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are? Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? Ah, I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the facilities. If you've no need anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait. No. Hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait. It's my chance to snoop around a bit. Ah, I almost forgot. Thank you for the shout out to Fly Guy Epic. You came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Don't get evidence. Yeah, so that would not be admissible in court. That would be, the fruit from the tainted fruit. But, Kiki, I feel like in this world we play so fast and loose with evidence that it doesn't matter. You're also not supposed to, introduce new evidence into court that's never but that hasn't been submitted to the court before. And that flies here. We also have a very biased judge, so, let's see what happens. Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right. Sure. Well, we've heard that name before. Mr. White. Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? White. That was his name. My sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Let's try to look in this drawer really quickly. Screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. It's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Wiretap added to the court record. There is definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. We would have never figured that out otherwise. Thank you, Phoenix. Why did she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this. I know it. All right. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. See, once again, we're just going to ambush the trial with new evidence. For Maya's sake, I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, you know what I mean.
Oh, bellboy, still there?
Uh-oh, time to scram! I'll look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court.
To be continued.
All right, well, we save. I hope you all are having fun. Like, this has been a blast for me. Oh, Kiki, I'm glad you're having a good time. September 7th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 1. Oh, good, it's this guy.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey.
Let's see here. How are we going to do Edgeworth's voice? Thinking something kind of, the prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
What are the chances we'd get the same judge?
I'm worried, Kiki, that this is the only judge we have access to. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. Better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir! My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir! I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain.
Thank you for the hydrate, LT.
The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir.
Hey, now.
The court accepts the statue as evidence.
Yeah, there's a lot. This whole game is basically nothing but narrating for the most part, LT. And yeah, he's also narrating the crime a little too heavily. It didn't feel super like, here's just the facts.
The court accepts the statue as evidence.
You're still calling it a statue.
Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir.
You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe? Please testify to the court about this hard evidence.
Maya Fey's arrest. Oh, Shaden just brought me some hot matcha latte.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Oh, Kiki, the timing's off just a little bit. So when I said Phoenix Wright, that's when I read the Yes, I love a good hot matcha latte.
I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. Both might apply.
He does have luxurious hair.
The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine... What? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. Thank you, tutorial part 2. It works. It worked a lot of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give this a try.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Are you ready, fellow detectives? Here we go. Why do you feel like the sister is talking to Mia's ghost to help in court? Kiki, that was my first thought. I'm kind of hoping that would actually be kind of neat. All right, Maya Faye's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. You know what? We're going to press him. We're just going to press him. Who did you say you got a phone call from? Shaden, enjoy the lurk, my love. For anyone who's listening who may not know, Shaden is my wife. I don't just call everyone in here my love.
Hey, pal. Don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gateway Hotel, right? Across from the crime scene.
Okay. I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right. Please continue. There were 2 people there already. We're not going to press that line. The defendant, Miss Maya Faye, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Faye. Okay. Let's press him on that. What's that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw... Okay, let's go back to the witness account. We're going to press that. Hold on, just 1 second.
Yeah?
If I heard correctly, has anyone noticed this detective kind of folds the minute anyone talks to him about anything? You said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it.
You did say it.
You did say it. Exactly what about the suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? I know, right, Kiki? Bit of deja vu here.
What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't Pink, pal. Well, I guess she is Pink.
That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. When did they give the description of the murdered? I thought it was after the bloody note was found. So the suspicious thing is that the bloody note was found, written in blood, but she was said to have died instantly, so there's almost no way she could have been the one to write it. Yeah, he arrested her because of the note, so that's definitely a huge problem.
Yeah. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honors, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor.
Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes.
There we go, Kiki.
I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was clearly written in blood. Lab results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name.
Hearsay? Conjecture? Come on, conjecture?
How do you like that? That's my hard evidence.
Before we begin cross-examining, I have a question for you, Detective.
Your Honor?
Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time?
I don't know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of crime with his own eyes. Yep, that's fine. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. The blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died... Okay, so this is a huge problem. Because we know from the coroner's report that... Where is it? She died instantly.
Objection!
Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. What? No butting your way out of this one, detective. Order. The defense has a point. I like how this judge does his rulings just based off of who he feels argues best, not based off of evidence. He's just like, hey, you know what? I like the way you argue. I like the cut of your jib, kid. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. What is this, Judge?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? What? When? We got it the day after the murder? Didn't we get it the day after the murder? Murder was on the 5th. Yeah, we got it the day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... Finger wiggle! That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. Now remember, they did say this man is not above forging evidence. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Curse you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Probably more forged. Let's see here. The evidence admission process is nuts. It really is. This is not how evidence works in court. But I guess that's why this is also kind of a fun fiction, right? And Kiki the Dramatic Bow, for what it's worth, like, I know you all can't see me because I'm a VTuber. I do these, like, some of the motions along with it. Prosecution? Nope. Prosecution had no idea. We were watching an anime voiced by Ducky because that's how you feel. I mean, essentially, yeah. Hopefully you're all cool with that. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? I want to say every one of these at the same time. You're a sham. The detective's a sham. I'm a sham. I think we obviously need to call Edgeworth a sham because we know this is forged evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report?
Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution.
Finger wiggle. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. And it's inadmissible evidence, though. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court.
Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
Autopsy report updated in the court record. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests that the victim was identifying the killer.
I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
Not just like, here's the other thing that is absolutely blowing my mind, and I don't know if the rest of you are in this one with me. The fact that they assume that she's only capable of writing the killer in that moment. Not like, you know, her surviving family member. She couldn't just be like trying to write some sort of goodbye to her beloved. No, no, no. If you're dying, you are only capable of writing the killer's name. Yeah, I agree, Shaden. You want to flip a table because of the judge? This isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Throw the whole man away.
Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent? She's not that innocent. Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
Throw me down there.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Aw, yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, it was like in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
This hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
Check-in's not till 3 p.m. Guilty. Yeah, who gets to check in that early? It was like 9 p.m. at night. I looked out the window, you know. Okay, that's super suspicious.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped.
Okay, hang on. Can anyone see the biggest part with that line?
The end, that's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy.
It was Hans. She killed her. She's pretty sus. Well, Your Honor.
I see. This is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any—
Whoa! Okay. He's not even going to let us cross-examine? Did they have to animate that? No, I have no idea what you're talking about, Kiki. Well, wait, Your Honor! No idea at all.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
But what about my cross-examination? Not to knock your voice acting, the voice for him. That's what I was kind of aiming for.
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you?
Mr. Wright, I understand you are Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. He's
That coward doing lawyer work.
It reminds you of Mimsy, from Has Been Hotel. I was also kind of trying to channel a little Harley Quinn with that. Hey, how dare you?
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yes, I'm going to cross-examine her. Okay, I'm glad you hear it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. I think it's hilarious Miles calls us a coward for doing, like, lawyer work. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
Like, we're the bad guy for doing our job here. Okay. It was like, yeah, so there's a huge problem with that. Why did you do that?
Huh? Why? Like, why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well, gee.
What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily. They're going to accuse us of badgering the witness.
It's sort of like, you know, I had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely, you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night.
Oh,
I am not badgering the witness. This is... No, that isn't... This is like one of the first real court things that they've called. And we're not even badgering the witness. We just want her to answer the question at all. But badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Ah, yes. Jury by mob rule. That's the most efficient form of judicial system.
Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Poor girl? What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? A woman with long hair being... Okay, but how did she see that at 9 o'clock at night from all the way across the street? It's Miss MFA.
uh-huh. Slinda, sort of, well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing.
Your thing? And the person attacking her? The mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair?
Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away.
He dodged? Dodged what?
Well, the attack!
Please continue your testimony.
But that Goyle, she caught up to and she hit her.
Let's see here. Is there anything we can admit partway through? How did you know it was my client?
Huh? Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her?
Because there's only one feminine-looking small human on the Earth? Oh, the ribeye was cooked. Heaven, when are you sending that my way? There are no other girls. Maybe... Okay, so Kiki, hear me out with your thought along the lines. There are no other girls in the city. Maybe that's why everyone is going so overboard for this lady. She has a point. What? No, she doesn't have a point. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. Like old Brussels sprouts.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that You saw nothing or you're lying. I mean, I feel like that's a really weird choice to give us here. I want to use that in court. This stinks! Like from SpongeBob. Okay, so here's my problem with this. If she saw nothing, then she is lying. Oh, you know what? We can look at... This is the window. This is what she could possibly see. I don't think she could have seen anything, which would mean she's lying. Yeah, that's my thought too, Shaden. Like, I'm worried it could be badgering if we do that, but I'm agreeing with Grey Duck too, because she could have seen anything. She could have seen like a cat on the street. This is a really bizarre choice. What do we think, chat? Because right now I've got one for each, and the problem is I agree with both of them. You you didn't see anything. Okay. Right now I've got 2-1 on you saw nothing. Yeah, because right now we're already fighting a pretty uphill. Okay, let's try it. Did you really see the defendant at all? The other problem I have, and this is where on occasion these kind of graphic novel type games throw me off, is that you don't know how your character is going to respond to what you click. Because he could have been like, oh, you literally saw nothing, haha. And now he's like, you couldn't have seen the defendant. And so, yeah, those kind of options do throw me on occasion. Erp? Just erp? She erped? That was a bit... Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Yeah, what's the meaning? Someone tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean.
Yeah, I agree, Shaden. It would have felt like more of a personal attack. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. Audience noises. Haven, that is one of my favorite comments I've had. That's really good. Haven's just in there making audience noises now. Heaven, sorry. I don't know why I keep calling you Haven. Sometimes I get that A and E switched around. I apologize. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. The problem is, after doing Phoenix's voice for a while, it gets really hard to do the judge's voice again. What do you say to that, Miss May?
Roar?
Roar?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer?
Now the judge uses logic? Listen, I don't know, Grey Duck. Like, I do feel like that's such an arbitrary moment where, like, something fired in the judge's brain, and he was like, oh, yeah, hang on, we got to think about this.
I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. You literally allowed her to omit. Anybody else just really bothered by this judge?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would. Thank you for the hydrate, Grey Duck. Crackers! I almost had her. I also love how he just, like, lets people do total do-overs as soon as you can figure out they're starting to lie. The judge and the girl bother you? Well, I don't think we're meant to like the girl at all.
I did see it. Everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the goyle in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, the kind of statue-y clock, the thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Hee hee.
Actually, there's too many problems with her new testimony.
I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning.
Yeah, it's a lot of details, but it's also details that shouldn't have been necessarily as common knowledge.
Please begin the cross-examination.
So I do think that what we can do... you saw everything you did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. And I think that's a problem. Because when we look at the law office here, if she had dodged off to the right, how did the lamp break? Right? That seems like a huge problem.
Objection!
I love that objection. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
It does?
I don't see anything contradictory. Oh, Your Honor. Huh? Really?
Objection overruled.
What? Is anybody else a little thrown by that? You'll throw the steak at them. No, don't waste a good steak, Heaven. Don't waste a good steak. Is that right, as in you're right, as you looked from the hotel?
Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right. It was my right hand, right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. The clothes ran after her. Hot dog at best. How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes.
That's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up in a bun.
What happened then?
And she hit her with the weapon. I saw it. I did.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like she was like, yeah, out of all the things she could have used as an example, when you're holding a knife is pretty sus.
That clock, that kind of statue-y clock, the thinker, I think.
A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer.
No, I have a feeling I'm onto something now. All right, let's
Objection!
Miss May. What you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it.
Erp.
Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder.
Order. Order.
Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Oh, Erp.
Objection!
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
What? Is this judge being paid off? Is that what this is? Yeah, Kiki, right there with you. Is this judge being paid off? That is one of the craziest things.
Objection!
Yes, objection. But the questions are all I have, Your Honor. This judge, though. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Ooh, that was close. If you stopped me there, this trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I hoid it? Yeah, I hoid it say the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.
No! Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I hoid it from my hotel room. Hee.
The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could have easily heard the clock. No. Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No! No, Your Honor! Finally, I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have heard it. Let's make sure it couldn't have been going off. What time was the murder? Welcome back, hello. I hope your ball game was good. Hey, the Ducks win! Fantastic. So there's no way she could have heard it. You were at the hotel. There's no way you could have heard a clock going off in the building next door. You have proof that she could not? Curses. Amateurs. Listen to me, Mr. Wright. In the courtroom, proof is everything. Without it, you have nothing. You are nothing. Then I would like to propose a test to see if she really could have heard. Wiggle. The prosecution denies your request. What? On what grounds? This is a trivial matter with no direct bearing on the case at hand. Objection! Emotional damage? What's crazy is he's calling this a trivial matter with no direct bearing on the case, when this is quite literally like one of the clearest defenses that this person's lying. Indeed. Objection sustained. Time to switch directions. Quick. Ready to proceed, Mr. Wright? No! I am not ready to proceed. No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang because it is empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just take a look right now. Oh. See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It is quite empty. Like this lady's brain. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? Well, we didn't do it. It is, as you can see, the clock was empty. Booyah. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar.
Fat!
Well, Miss May? Tisk, tisk. What show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty somehow. He knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? The personal insults. No, hang on now. We cannot personally insult Edgeworth, nor can we personally insult the witness. We can be personally insulted, apparently. If it was after this witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. Let's try insulting the judge. He'd probably have us executed, Kiki. We did call her a big fat liar, but if you notice, we probably yeah, I am shocked we got away with that. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? We can. Yes, we can. Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is this cell phone. Take that. Take a look at this. It's pink. That's a very cute cell phone.
Whoa, you have a goily phone.
Well, wait. This isn't my phone. This is me sneaking evidence into court. Yeah, use his. Well, no, so hello, you weren't here at the time. This is actually real evidence. He forged evidence earlier. And also, in this world, there is no, legit legal system, apparently. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a... I'm sure it passed. Yeah. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order. The defendant's cell phone. This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. Oh, yeah, hello. Yeah, that was established while you were still at the ball game. I'm hoping you're enjoying it. This was a pretty spectacular series. Grumble. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. Ah, there we go. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Neither was your autopsy report, so Uno reverse. You want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you the clockwork isn't talking right now. It's not working. That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor? I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Yes, they do yell objection a lot. This was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel.
Moi?
Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot.
So the witness has seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes, we do. We know who made the clock. The witness claims she had seen it before. But this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness has not seen the clock before. And we are about to hit an ad break real quick. For anyone who's new around here, we do 3 minutes of ads every hour to get rid of that pre-roll so that we don't have to worry about ads as people are trying to pop in and check us out. I am going to switch this over to words on stream really quickly. My challenge for everyone is always Good luck trying to beat, Gray Duck and Kiki Bird. Shaden was throwing a lot in there earlier, too. Chronicle Jake was throwing a lot of a cliffhanger. We'll be back. We're going to switch over to Words on Stream. Ads should be starting in about 15, 20 seconds, something in there. And when we get back, we'll continue. If you are going away to ad land, I hope you get the ads that you enjoy. I hope that you're not stuck with crummy ads. Thank you for the hydrate. Hello. Sorry about that. That started weirdly late. Yeah, that was really weird. I'm just going to switch it back to the screen. That was really weird. Apparently Words on Stream just wasn't vibing it today. The other team was called Dogecoin? That's kind of wild. I don't know, Kiki. I know we got absolutely pummeled by 2 big bouts of storm last night. All right, well, welcome back from Adland, everybody. I hope if you got sent away to Adland, you had a good time with your advertisements. Let's go ahead and continue this insanely frustrating trial. Let's see here. So we're trying to produce the evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores.
No one can make anything. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Mic drop. Oh? Excuse is not on sale today.
Whoa! Oh.
I think we've entered the boss fight.
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay?
Yeah, I know. That got crazy.
She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Whoa! You're watching with 2 bars of cell service? That's impressive, hello. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Great call, LT.
This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
She's going Super Saiyan.
Oh.
That escalated so quick.
Oh, silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Tee-hee.
This is scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear.
Fly Guy, I would love for you to go home. Chill out. Enjoy your family. Eat some pizza.
Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
It's psychotic. Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... I'm not convinced she's the one who did it necessarily. We're all giving you permission to go home. I mean, yeah, something like that. Just tell them you got permission from Jeff, whoever that may be. Make up a person, Jeff. You help you okay, so we should accuse her of holding it? This is familiar territory. I'll just use the same approach as with Larry. Miss May held that very clock in her hands.
Mr. Wright, when was this?
When she used it to strike the victim. When else?
Order. Order. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
April May, you killed Mia Fey, I say. And when you struck, the force of the impact made the thinker ring. That's when you heard it. No, that was us being real dumb there. No, we were. Fly Guy, no big. Can everyone give some love to Fly Guy? Fly Guy needs lots of love. That's no fun, Fly Guy. I am so sorry, my friend. Tisk tisk. You truly are a work of art, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? What's this supposed to mean? It was you who just proved that the thinker was empty. Oh, of course it wouldn't ring. What's more, the witness has a rock-solid alibi. Miss May, perhaps you could explain to the poor, misguided Mr. Wright that you were in the hotel at the time of the murder. She can't prove it. She did it.
It would be my pleasure.
She was on a date with me. It's safe to say that time was not on Mia's side. Wow! No way.
Yes way, Mr. Lawyer. Didn't the moita take place at 9 o'clock at night? Gee, that's the exact time I ordered some room service from the hotel bellboy.
Incidentally, the bellboy corroborates the witness's story. Ergo, she was not at the crime scene. Rock solid. He was on a date with probably half the town at that point.
Mr. Wright, you've just made a serious accusation against a perfectly innocent woman.
Sorry, Your Honor. That didn't go so well. But if that's the case, then how did she know the thinker was a clock? Wait, Your Honor, I figured it out. There's one other way Miss April May could have known it was a clock. One way alone, and I have proof.
Well, proof you say?
Now you care about proof. Okay.
Then the court will examine your proof, Mr. Wright. How did the witness know the thinker was a clock?
He was on a date with the other lawyer who saw Mia as competition and needed her out of the way, the big boy.
Okay, now wait a minute. I have to represent this, I guess. And then give different evidence. The wiretap, then. Have a look at this.
That.
I found this in Miss May's room.
I thought it was going to let me go back through and try the other option for the statue. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not?
Oh.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not even entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled.
I got this in a perfectly legal way, don't ask.
It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap, and it came out of my pocket.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. I know we've already the proof that the victim's that the victim said on the phone that this weapon a clock is the phone. Oh wait. Am I missing something? Because I feel like we've already gone through this loop once. Am I missing something? Oh wait, she had it in the handset though. She did not have it in the cell phone, right? Wait a minute. Is it just the cell phone again? I feel like that's too easy. I present the defendant's cell phone again.
Yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
I.
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. I don't even know how.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May.
Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer.
Whoa. That's...
It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm a bad girl, is that it? Is that it? Uh, uh,
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Yeah, she's kind of been like that this whole time. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Miss May, why did you tap her phone? Answer the question!
do I have to? Isn't this a Moira trial? Isn't tippy-tapping, irrelevant?
Ah, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I can hardly call this irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court?
At the time of the Moira, I was in my hotel room getting room service. How could I have killed her? If you don't believe me, just ask the bellboy.
Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Ooh, we have... I mean, I felt like I selected the other option. Did I click the wrong thing? The second glass. Ooh, that's what I'm thinking now, Kiki. That the second glass was actually the bellboys. I'm assuming, do we want to call the bellboy as a witness, or do we want to keep going along this train of thought? How can we call in the bellboy? Oh, thank you for the hydrate, hello. All right, let's call in the bellboy. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. The poor guy doesn't even have a name. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunken quite low enough already.
Objection!
I object to calling the bellboy. What? Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? But he is her alibi. Yeah, exactly. If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, he's worried about the bellboy taking on the stand. You see, that's a good sign, though. Uh-oh. Then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Bay. That is my condition. What? What sort of insane conditions are we allowing in this court? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, yeah, these are not small conditions. Otherwise, Maya's will be declared guilty on the spot. Judge? Help? Judge? Help? What should I do? Well, we could either accept the condition or give up. What? What is this? Fine, we'll accept the condition. All right, I've got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Ooh, you fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Why am I so invested? Why do I rage so much about fictional people? Because this is so infuriatingly written in such a great way, Shaden. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy.
Wait a minute. Yes, sir? I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I am happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir.
Ladder and all. It's incredible that he's so dedicated. Oh, he has Gemini Dodgers. I love those. Yeah, very, very dedicated to his craft.
I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel.
You can feel yourself as Phoenix. It's great writing.
In business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call at 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir.
He's bellboy if he wasn't in total uniform. Yeah, this guy is super sus. And I agree. You definitely feel for Phoenix.
I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And held her hand, apparently. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
Coffee at 9 p.m. Iki, we listen and we don't judge. I mean, yes, we are. That's literally what the judge is doing. I'm not going to judge you based off of your coffee time, though.
I see. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May is involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. I am the head bellboy at the Fine Gatewater Hotel in business of 4 generations. I think we just dive to the... I think this is where we dive in. And you're sure it was Miss May on the phone?
Absolutely, sir.
How can you be so certain?
I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. Until I saw them, and the point being, I remembered her quite well, sir.
Yes, what then? She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir.
Don't ask questions, Kiki Bird.
9 on the dot. On the dot, you say?
Yes, I confirmed that detail several times.
She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9. The time of the murder.
I brought it to her precisely the requested time, of course.
This music is phenomenal. And if we can just try to keep chat family friendly, that is always appreciated. Precisely 9 then.
Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m.
Isn't it suspicious, though, that she wanted coffee at 9 p.m.? Oh, it's no problem, friend.
How can you be so sure? Oh, wrong person. Miss May was quite insistent that we brought up then. Oh.
How do I do this?
Oh, bellboy, tee-hee, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9. At exactly 9? Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir.
Why would she be so particular about the time? And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. And you're sure it was Miss April May herself? Yeah, well, so hello, she was claiming she wanted to finish her show first. That's her claim.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, it turns out I've accidentally figured out this guy's speech pattern before we got there, to a degree.
Absolutely.
Someone else was with her originally.
Yes, sir. And as in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine.
How come you're so very certain?
Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with, an embracer, sir.
Embracer? Is that French for embrace?
It's French for kiss,
Oh, imbis. Okay. For imbis. It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kisser. More of a peck on the cheek. What? Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never forget ever, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. Can't let this happen, can I? Protest! Objection! What? Wait! Please wait! Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. The kiss is a reason to... Yeah. I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Unfortunately, we can't ask who is them. Yeah, Kiki, so I was thinking that too. Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in Miss May. Oh, all right. Very well, sir. My first thought was she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl. So it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me. What exactly was a disappointment? You checked her in and delivered the drink? Listen, Kiki, he may have been volunteering extra time. He seems quite taken with her. I am not without charm, sir. But even I'd have little chance with her lover there. What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person?
Objection!
I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. This is the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. It was a disappointment that he didn't get to do more with her. Yeah, that is what he's getting at. That's the sort of thing you'd normally mention. You're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. I was the barrister there, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, who? He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. You fool. I've done it. I've won. Yeah, tampering with a witness. Little bit wild. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir. Also, the judge... Kiki, yeah, the judge isn't calling out the tampering with a witness. Like, it's cool. That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, is this other person? Simple. It was the man with Miss May. Our boss was killed earlier. Hello. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof. Your Honor. As has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet, Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of this other man from the court. Oof. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Your Honor. That is all for today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Execution needs to be removed from his position. So does the judge. So does the detective.
Mr. Wright? You were amazing in there.
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know.
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine.
Yeah, the courtroom scenes feel like a boss battle, including boss battle music. That's what's crazy about it. If you say so. A few good men. A few good men. You can't handle the truth.
So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
No, Maya, there wasn't a verdict. Well. No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, exactly. We didn't manage to lose. So that's actually kind of a win given our general demeanor. Boss battle. No. Court battle. Yes. I think you need to flip the... That was definitely a bit of a boss battle.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway?
I heard they arrested her. Guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man.
You think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis.
Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise.
I'm counting on you.
Things move so fast in this world. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. And of course, I got it right away. Welcome home, hello. Yeah, exactly. I got it right away. They had the autopsy done an hour later. She was transported to prison an hour later. Trial was in the morning. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. I actually love how episodic this is. That is absolutely... It's a wild game. All right, I will be... No matter what, I'm going to be ending the stream in about 20 minutes. And I think Don't Fight Ducks is getting ready to stream pretty soon. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Hello. Let me double check that Ducks is going to be streaming. So my plan is we'll go for just about another 20 minutes here. Let's see here. Oh, wait, I think Ducks canceled the stream for tonight. Wait, let's see here. Nope. Looks like they're still streaming tonight. All right, so we're going to go for 20 more minutes, and then we'll raid Don't Fight Ducks, who is a streamer that I'm pretty sure the vast majority of people here are a huge fan of. So we'll raid Ducks after 20 minutes. Make sure we give Ducks lots of love once we get there. So we'll go another 20 minutes. We'll see how far we can get, and then we'll continue this absolutely wild story next week. Once again, I hope you're all having fun with this. This has been personally like... Oh, he did cancel. Wait, Ducks canceled? I want to double check. Decided to do... Did Ducks... Oh, Ducks canceled? All right. Well, in that case, then, let's try to find a random person to raid. You all know that around here, one of our favorite things to do as a group is to try to find people with kind of lower viewer count. Look, it's another... Oh, wait. We don't want to spoil anything for ourselves because this story is crazy. If someone has... Get rid of that. If someone has a suggestion of someone you want us to raid, we want to go in and we want to give whoever it is lots of love when we get in there. Remember, we yell duck and cover as our raid call. Nice, like, small... I don't want to raid somebody doing Phoenix Wright because this is very plot heavy. Sorry, I'm looking through the list of who we can raid. Not seeing anyone initially. So let's go ahead. Oh, you know what? We can raid this person. This is a big Phasmophobia player, but this is someone that Kiki's super familiar with. If it will let me do it. There we go. We're going to go raid Leona. Because I know she did some great stuff for Kiki, and we always are grateful for that. So let's go ahead. Let's get ready to raid. Remember, get in there, yell duck and cover, and drop all the bombs that we can. And then I will see you all tomorrow night for some Subnautica. Have a good raid, friends.